The Pyramids of Giza, awe-inspiring and majestic, stand as monuments to ancient Egypt's brilliance. But beneath their grandeur lies an endless web of secrets that continue to baffle scientists, historians, and dreamers alike. Picture this: structures so precise they challenge even modern engineering, yet built thousands of years ago without the technology we take for granted today. How did they achieve it? Why were they built with such meticulous alignment to the stars? And could there be chambers and treasures hidden within their walls, waiting to be discovered? These towering enigmas defy easy answers, leaving us with more questions than solutions. In this video, we will unravel 25 of the most perplexing mysteries surrounding the pyramids, diving into the theories, the unanswered puzzles, and the possibilities that ignite the imagination of experts and enthusiasts worldwide. So join us as we embark on a journey into the past where science meets myth and every stone whispers a story untold. The mysteries are waiting. Are you ready to uncover them? Now turning to our first enigma: why were the pyramids built? Traditional explanations suggest that these monumental structures served as tombs for powerful pharaohs, eternal resting places designed to ensure their journey to the afterlife. Intricate burial rituals, funerary texts, and the sheer grandeur of the pyramids themselves seem to support this theory. But here is where it gets fascinating. No definitive records have been found to confirm this purpose with absolute certainty. Could the pyramids have served an entirely different role? Some researchers propose they might have been astronomical observatories, perfectly aligned with the stars to track celestial movements. Others speculate they were religious temples devoted to divine worship, or even massive energy hubs tapping into unknown forces. These alternative theories challenge the traditional narrative, hinting at purposes beyond just burial sites. And the truth is, without detailed written accounts from the ancient Egyptians explaining the exact intentions behind their construction, the purpose of the pyramids remains one of history's most captivating mysteries. And so, we wonder, were these structures designed solely to serve the dead, or did they also hold secrets that intertwine the heavenly, the spiritual, and the practical in ways we have yet to understand? Moving forward, we face a question that has puzzled historians and engineers alike. How were the pyramids built? These colossal structures, composed of millions of stone blocks, each weighing several tons, were constructed with such precision that even modern methods would struggle to replicate their complexity. Theories about the workforce vary widely. Some suggest the pyramids were built by an oppressed army of slaves, but evidence points to a different narrative. Archaeological findings, such as workers' villages and tools, indicate that a skilled and organized workforce, likely comprised of paid laborers and seasonal farmers, may have worked year-round on this monumental task. But what about the tools and techniques? Without advanced machinery, how did they cut and place these enormous stones so precisely? Researchers propose a variety of methods. Copper chisels, pounding stones, and abrasive sand may have been used to shape the blocks, while massive ramps, levers, and sledges might have enabled their movement. One plausible technique involved dragging stones on sledges over wet sand, reducing friction and making transportation more manageable. Still, this does not fully solve the mystery of how they achieved such staggering heights or align the structures so perfectly with the cardinal points. Could they have employed innovative methods lost to history? Or perhaps harnessed natural resources in ways we are yet to comprehend? As we contemplate the hands and minds behind the construction of these engineering marvels, the question remains: was this a simple feat of human ingenuity, or something far more complex than we can imagine? Now turning to the next challenge, we delve into the enigma of how the ancient Egyptians transported the massive stones used in pyramid construction. Some of these blocks weighed over 2 tons, and they were sourced from quarries located miles away from the building sites. Without mechanized tools, achieving this colossal task defies simple explanations and has inspired numerous theories. One widely discussed method involves the use of wooden sledges. These sledges, when pulled over wet sand, are thought to have significantly reduced friction, making it easier to haul the heavy stones. Experiments conducted by modern researchers suggest that just the right amount of water on the sand could create a slick surface, cutting the required manpower in half. Another hypothesis points to rolling logs placed beneath the stones, enabling workers to roll them forward, though this method would have required a vast and steady supply of timber, which was scarce in ancient Egypt. Some suggest that man-powered hauling with ropes and teamwork was the primary force behind moving these enormous blocks, utilizing sheer human determination and ingenuity. Despite these plausible scenarios, none fully explain how the stones were moved across uneven terrain or how they were elevated to great heights during pyramid construction. Could there have been other methods we have yet to uncover, perhaps forgotten innovations that leveraged the landscape or other natural resources to their advantage? This lingering puzzle only deepens our admiration for the engineering brilliance of ancient Egypt and leaves us wondering what secrets remain hidden in the sands of time. As the next challenge unfolds, we dive into the astonishing precision of the pyramid's alignment with the cardinal points, north, south, east, and west. The accuracy is so remarkable that even modern surveyors are left in awe, with the Great Pyramid deviating from true north by less than a fraction of a degree. This level of precision raises compelling questions about the techniques ancient Egyptians may have used, especially given the absence of modern instruments. One widely considered theory suggests that they relied on star alignments, possibly using the fixed position of the stars in the night sky as a reference point. For instance, they might have tracked specific stars during their rise and set, creating a near-perfect directional guide. Another possibility lies in the use of the sun, with simple tools like a shadow stick, a basic yet clever method to determine true north by observing the sun's shadow at specific times of the day. Experts also propose that the Egyptians could have utilized water levels or plumb lines to achieve such precision, marking straight lines based on natural equilibrium. But were these methods alone enough to accomplish this extraordinary feat, or is there an unknown technique yet to be rediscovered? The mastery of such alignment not only speaks to a deep understanding of astronomy, but also suggests sophisticated surveying techniques that remain a subject of fascination. The question remains, how did an ancient society achieve something so exact, potentially rivaling or even surpassing modern tools? Could there be lost knowledge hidden in the sands that once guided their hands? As we reflect on this alignment with the cosmos, it becomes clear that the pyramids were much more than mere monuments. They were a profound connection between the earth and the heavens. This wonder sets the stage for yet another captivating mystery of Egypt's ancient marvels. Moving forward, let us uncover the luminous mystery of the Great Pyramid's original polished limestone casing, a feature that once transformed this monumental structure into a radiant beacon. The smooth, gleaming limestone surface was meticulously cut and fitted, reflecting sunlight so brilliantly that the pyramid could be seen from miles away, almost as though it were lit by its own inner glow. Some accounts describe it as a mirror to the heavens, dazzling under the Egyptian sun and inspiring awe among all who beheld it. But why did the ancient Egyptians go to such lengths to create this striking appearance? Was it purely symbolic, representing divine light or the eternal brilliance of the pharaoh's soul as it ascended to the afterlife? Many experts believe this might have been the case, as light has often been tied to notions of divinity and immortality in ancient cultures. Others propose a practical angle, suggesting that the reflective casing may have aided in astronomical observations, serving as a tool for tracking celestial movements or rituals tied to the stars. Imagine the pyramid glowing under the sunlight by day and perhaps shimmering under the moon by night, a constant interaction between earth and sky. Although much of this polished limestone casing was removed over time, likely repurposed for other constructions, some remnants still allow us to reconstruct its original magnificence. This feature serves as one of the many reminders of the extraordinary vision and skill involved in their design. As we ponder the purpose behind this gleaming exterior, we are left with a profound appreciation for its creators, who combined artistry, science, and reverence into one structure. So, was this dazzling brilliance purely for symbolic representation, a tool of practicality, or even something far beyond our understanding? Whatever the answer may be, it adds another layer of intrigue and wonder to the Great Pyramid's enduring legacy. Now turning to the puzzling enigma of the missing pharaohs' mummies, we find ourselves questioning one of the most fundamental assumptions about the pyramids, that they were built as grand tombs for Egypt's rulers. Despite their monumental scale and intricate designs tailored toward the afterlife, no pharaoh's mummy has ever been definitively discovered within the Pyramids of Giza. This absence raises an intriguing question. Were the pyramids truly intended to house the remains of the kings, or is there a deeper, hidden purpose that eludes us? Some experts attribute this mystery to the relentless activity of tomb robbers throughout history. The pyramids, being highly visible and iconic, would naturally have drawn the interest of looters who might have removed not only mummies but also the treasures meant to accompany them into eternity. However, others argue for a more clandestine explanation. Could the royal mummies have been deliberately concealed in hidden or undiscovered chambers, their locations obscured to protect them from theft? Advances in scanning technology have revealed empty voids and unexplored spaces within the Great Pyramid, fueling speculation about what secrets might still lie buried beyond reach. There is also a more radical line of thought proposing that the pyramids may not have been tombs at all. Some scholars suggest that their true purpose could have been entirely different, a spiritual gateway, a ceremonial structure, or even a technological marvel of functions we cannot yet comprehend. As we envision the labyrinthine passages and sealed chambers within these ancient marvels, we are reminded of the extraordinary effort invested in their creation. Were these complex interiors meant to mislead potential looters, or do they hold symbolic meanings that are yet to be deciphered? The missing mummies remain a profound mystery, challenging our understanding of the pyramid's role within the ancient Egyptian civilization. With each hypothesis, we uncover a new facet of this enigma, leaving us to wonder, is the answer hidden within the pyramids themselves, or has it been lost to time forever? Moving forward, we delve into the intriguing mystery of the Great Pyramid's secret relieving chambers, a series of hidden spaces located above the king's chamber. These chambers, rarely discussed in mainstream narratives, have puzzled researchers for centuries. Their purpose remains a topic of lively debate among experts. Some believe these spaces were designed purely for structural reasons, acting as a means to reduce the immense weight of the stone above the king's chamber, preventing collapse. This interpretation points to the architectural brilliance of the ancient Egyptians, who anticipated the challenges posed by the pyramid's massive scale and devised ingenious solutions. However, the story does not end there. Others suggest a more enigmatic purpose. Could these chambers have been part of an elaborate system to deter or mislead tomb raiders? The idea offers a fascinating glimpse into the defensive strategies that might have been employed to protect what was believed to be the sacred final resting place of a pharaoh. Recent advances in technology have added new layers to this mystery. In 2017, a groundbreaking study using cosmic ray imaging revealed a massive hidden void within the Great Pyramid, extending above these relieving chambers. This discovery has ignited endless speculation. Is this void a previously unknown chamber with secrets waiting to be uncovered, or does it serve some other, currently incomprehensible function? Despite these revelations, no one has yet accessed or explored this mysterious space, leaving its true nature shrouded in secrecy. The relieving chambers of the Great Pyramid, much like so many other aspects of these ancient structures, stand as a testament to the innovation and complexity of their creators. As we continue to study and uncover new information, these chambers challenge us to rethink everything we thought we knew about the Great Pyramid and the minds behind its construction. What lies within or beyond these spaces might hold the key to unraveling some of the greatest mysteries of ancient Egypt and perhaps of human history itself. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we turn our attention to a significant turning point in ancient Egyptian history, the sudden decline of pyramid building. For centuries, these monumental structures stood as the pinnacle of architectural and cultural achievement. So why did this practice diminish, giving way to other forms of tomb construction, such as the elaborate burials in the Valley of the Kings? Historians suggest several compelling factors behind this shift. One major reason may have been the sheer scale of resources required to construct pyramids. The massive limestone and granite blocks, the logistics of quarrying and transportation, and the labor force needed to assemble these structures proved incredibly demanding. As time passed, it seems likely that these immense projects began to strain the economic and material resources of the kingdom, making them less sustainable. Environmental changes may have played a role as well. Fluctuations in the Nile's flooding patterns, which were critical for agriculture and the prosperity of the region, could have diminished the capacity of the state to allocate resources to such monumental projects. Additionally, shifts in religious beliefs marked another profound influence. Over time, the pharaohs and their advisors appeared to favor more discreet burial sites, perhaps as a reaction to the increasing threat of tomb robbers. The pyramids, with their immense size and grandeur, became a clear beacon for looters, while hidden tombs in the Valley of the Kings offered greater security and protection for the treasures and bodies of rulers. This transition symbolized not just a change in architectural practice, but a transformation in how ancient Egyptians conceptualized the afterlife and protection from earthly threats. As we trace the evolution of tomb architecture away from the pyramids to more concealed burial sites, it becomes clear that this decline was not the end of innovation. Instead, it reflects how ancient Egypt adapted to the realities of its time, showcasing resilience and the continuous pursuit of preserving cultural and spiritual beliefs in the face of changing circumstances. As the next challenge unfolds, we marvel at the ancient Egyptians' extraordinary ability to chart the stars with such precision. The alignment of the pyramids with celestial bodies is not merely a coincidence, it is a testament to their deep understanding of astronomy and their connection to the cosmos. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for instance, is aligned almost perfectly with the cardinal points of north, south, east, and west, a feat that raises the question, how did they achieve such accuracy without modern instruments? Scholars believe the Egyptians observed the night sky meticulously, using the stars as their guide. One leading theory suggests that they used a star called Thuban within the constellation Draco as their celestial reference point. At the time, Thuban was the pole star, making it a reliable marker for true north. By tracking its position and noting the movement of other stars, they could determine directions with remarkable precision. Some researchers propose that tools like the merkit, an ancient Egyptian instrument resembling a plumb line, were used to measure angles and align structures with the stars. Simple yet effective, the merkit, combined with a horizontal sighting tool, allowed them to mark key positions of celestial objects. The use of star clocks, detailed diagrams of star patterns that depict their risings and settings, further underscores their astronomical expertise. These star charts, often inscribed in tombs and temples, reveal a culture deeply attuned to the rhythms of the universe, using them not only for navigation but as a spiritual connection between the heavens and the earth. The precision with which the Egyptians aligned their pyramids demonstrates not just technical skill but also a profound belief in cosmic harmony. They saw the stars as a gateway to the afterlife, a celestial map ensuring the pharaoh's safe passage to eternity. This intricate relationship between architecture and astronomy reveals a society that viewed the cosmos as integral to their existence, pushing us to reconsider the limits of ancient knowledge and ingenuity. Moving forward, let us delve into why the Giza Plateau itself became the chosen stage for these celestial wonders. Moving forward, let us explore why the Giza Plateau stands as the hallowed ground for ancient Egypt's most iconic pyramids. This location was not chosen by chance, but rather for its exceptional advantages and profound significance. Geologically, the Giza Plateau offers a solid foundation of limestone bedrock, providing the stability needed to support the immense weight of the pyramids. This natural advantage ensured that the structures would endure for millennia, resisting erosion and seismic activity. Additionally, Giza's location near Memphis, the ancient capital of Egypt, likely made it a practical choice for logistical reasons. Being close to the seat of power allowed for easier transportation of materials and better oversight of the massive construction projects. Yet beyond these practicalities lies a deeper, symbolic connection to the Nile and the afterlife. In Egyptian cosmology, the Nile was more than a river. It was a divine artery linking the realms of the living and the dead. The western bank of the Nile, where Giza is located, was associated with the setting sun and, by extension, the realm of the dead. This symbolic tie made it the perfect site for such monumental tombs, designed to guide the pharaohs on their journey to eternal life. Giza's elevated terrain also held spiritual significance, lifting these structures closer to the heavens and reinforcing the connection between the earthly and the divine. The plateau's vantage point provides a commanding view of the surrounding landscape, serving as a majestic stage for these architectural marvels to capture the light of the rising and setting sun. This interplay of practical advantages and spiritual symbolism underscores the profound thought that went into selecting Giza as the site of these eternal monuments. Now, as we ponder the role of religion in shaping these architectural wonders, we begin to see how deeply intertwined faith and innovation were in ancient Egyptian society. Now turning to the profound influence of religion on pyramid construction, it becomes clear that these architectural wonders were far more than mere tombs. They were deeply spiritual creations, shaped by the Egyptians' unwavering beliefs in the afterlife and their gods. Central to this religious significance is the connection to the sun god Ra, who was considered the most powerful deity in the Egyptian pantheon. Ra was believed to travel across the sky during the day and descend into the underworld at night before being reborn with the sunrise. The pyramid's unique shape, with its 4 triangular sides converging to a single point, is thought to symbolize the sun's rays, creating a pathway for the soul of the deceased pharaoh to ascend to join the gods, particularly Ra, in the afterlife. The orientation and design of the pyramids themselves reflect this cosmic connection. Their alignment with celestial bodies, including the sun, underlines how the Egyptians integrated their spiritual beliefs into the very fabric of their constructions. The act of building pyramids was, therefore, not just a monumental engineering feat, but also a sacred ritual, meant to bridge the earthly realm with the divine. Hieroglyphic texts found within certain pyramids, such as the pyramid texts, offer further insight into these beliefs, detailing prayers, spells, and instructions meant to guide the deceased on their journey to the afterlife. These inscriptions serve as a testament to the central role of religion in not only the purpose of the pyramids, but also their construction process. Every stone laid and every chamber designed was imbued with spiritual meaning, creating a structure that was at once a tomb, a temple, and a gateway to eternity. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of Giza, questions about the people who constructed these sacred monuments come into focus, sparking debate over whether they were slaves or devoted workers with a shared sense of purpose. As the next challenge unfolds, the widely debated question arises: were the builders of the pyramids slaves forced into labor, or were they skilled workers driven by purpose and pride? Contrary to the popular image often portrayed in modern media of enslaved masses toiling under the scorching sun, archaeological discoveries tell a more nuanced story. Excavations near the Giza Plateau have uncovered workers' villages, complete with evidence of organized living quarters, ample food supplies, and even medical care. These findings suggest that laborers were not only well-fed but also well-supported, indicating a sense of value placed on their contributions. Inscriptions and graffiti found on the stones themselves reveal the names of work crews, with some bearing titles that translate to phrases like the Friends of Khufu, implying camaraderie or even loyalty to the pharaoh. Such evidence challenges the notion of forced servitude and instead paints a picture of a workforce composed of skilled artisans and laborers, potentially motivated by a shared belief in the religious and cultural significance of their work. However, this does not definitively solve the mystery, as certain records from other periods of Egyptian history do reference the use of slaves for construction projects. Could it be that both groups played a role, with skilled workers leading and enslaved individuals handling the more grueling tasks? The precise dynamics of this ancient workforce remain unclear, but the growing body of evidence suggests that these incredible feats of engineering were likely achieved through a combination of expertise, organization, and possibly even devotion. As we consider the remarkable effort required to construct these monuments, another enigma emerges, a question not of the people but of the precision. How did the builders achieve such perfect angles on a scale so vast? As the next phase of the journey unfolds, we encounter an architectural marvel that continues to baffle experts to this day. How did the ancient Egyptians manage to achieve such perfect angles on structures as massive as the pyramids? The precision of these monuments is undeniable, with their faces aligning almost flawlessly to form sharp, clean edges that rise toward the heavens. Achieving this level of geometric perfection without modern technology is nothing short of astounding. Scholars believe that the builders may have employed a range of simple yet ingenious tools to tackle this challenge. Instruments like plumb bobs, which use gravity to establish vertical alignment, and leveling instruments designed to ensure horizontal accuracy, would have been indispensable for maintaining consistency. Additionally, straight edges and strings might have been used to map out exact angles and guide the laborers throughout the construction process. But even with these tools, one has to wonder, how did they maintain such extraordinary accuracy over vast distances and enormous scales? Some suggest the use of shadow measurements or astronomical observations, such as tracking the movement of the stars or the sun itself, to achieve meticulous alignment. This would have allowed them to set precise reference points for the pyramid's orientation and slope. Recent studies also propose that the builders might have adopted methods akin to trial and error, refining their measurements as the construction progressed to correct any deviations. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for example, has an angle of inclination that is astonishingly close to 52 degrees on all four sides, a feat requiring exceptional attention to detail. Yet, despite these theories, no definitive evidence has been found to confirm exactly how this level of geometric mastery was achieved. Did they develop techniques lost to history, or were they simply unparalleled in their ability to perfect the use of rudimentary tools? These questions continue to fuel debates among historians and engineers alike. As we marvel at this extraordinary precision, another puzzle begins to take shape: the mathematical mysteries hidden within the pyramids, which seem to suggest an advanced understanding of proportions and constants. Now turning to the astonishing mathematical proportions of the Great Pyramid, we find yet another layer of intrigue that deepens the mystery of these ancient structures. One of the most debated aspects is the relationship between the dimensions of the Great Pyramid and the mathematical constant pi, which represents the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. If you take the perimeter of the pyramid's base and divide it by twice its height, the result is remarkably close to the value of pi. This leads to a critical question: was this an intentional design or a remarkable coincidence? Some scholars argue that the ancient Egyptians might have had an intuitive understanding of mathematical principles, even if they did not conceptualize them in the same way we do today. Others suggest that the proportions may have arisen naturally as a result of practical engineering choices during the construction process, but the questions do not end there. The pyramid's proportions also demonstrate an intriguing relationship with the golden ratio, a number that appears frequently in nature and art, symbolizing harmony and balance. This has led to speculation that the builders may have deliberately incorporated these ratios, perhaps for symbolic or aesthetic purposes. There is also the theory that these mathematical relationships reflect the Egyptians' advanced observational skills, particularly regarding geometry and measurement. Could they have used their knowledge of the night sky or tools designed for accurate surveying to achieve these results? It is worth noting that no written records definitively prove the builders' intentions, leaving us to piece together their possible thought processes from the monuments themselves. To this day, the exact significance of these mathematical proportions remains open to interpretation. Are they a testament to an advanced level of knowledge, a byproduct of practical necessity, or even a glimpse into a deeper understanding of the universe that has been lost to time? As we ponder these possibilities, another mystery calls for exploration: the potential presence of hidden chambers within the pyramids, waiting to reveal their secrets. As the next challenge unfolds, we are drawn to the intriguing possibility that the pyramids may still hide undiscovered chambers or passageways, sealed away for thousands of years. Despite extensive exploration and study, the internal structures of these monuments remain only partially understood. Recent advancements in technology, such as infrared thermography and muon radiography, have provided tantalizing clues that the pyramids may still hold secrets. In 2017, researchers discovered a colossal void above the Grand Gallery in the Great Pyramid, using particle physics to detect variations in density within the structure. This enigmatic space, measuring roughly 100 feet in length, has yet to be physically explored, leaving its purpose and contents unknown. Some speculate that it could be another chamber, a corridor, or even a construction feature designed to reduce stress on the pyramid structure. Beyond this, radar scans and thermal imaging have revealed temperature anomalies in certain areas of the pyramids, suggesting the presence of hidden cavities or passageways. These findings fuel the question of why such spaces were concealed and what they might contain. Could they house undiscovered artifacts, treasures, or perhaps even clues that shed light on how these monumental structures were constructed? Or were they deliberately sealed as a form of protection or ritual? Without direct access to explore these areas, it is impossible to determine their significance. What remains clear is that the pyramids continue to challenge our understanding and inspire speculation. As we contemplate these hidden chambers, another enduring question arises: how could such colossal stones have been cut and shaped with astonishing precision using the tools available at the time? With the next phase of the journey in sight, we delve into the puzzling absence of a unified blueprint for the pyramids, a mystery that perplexes historians and archaeologists alike. Unlike modern construction projects, which rely on detailed plans and standardization, the pyramids of Egypt display remarkable variations in their design, scale, and even construction techniques. From the towering perfection of the Great Pyramid of Giza to the bent pyramid with its sudden change in angle, and the step-like structure of the Pyramid of Djoser, these differences suggest that no single, standardized approach guided their creation. Could this lack of uniformity indicate that the ancient builders were experimenting over time, refining their techniques with each new pyramid? Or does it reflect differing purposes for each structure, tailored to the specific beliefs or instructions of the pharaoh commissioning it? Perhaps the unique topography of each construction site also played a role, necessitating adjustments in design to accommodate local conditions. Another possibility is that each pyramid was a deeply symbolic, individualized project, shaped by the spiritual and cultural priorities of its era. Without definitive records to explain these choices, the absence of a standardized blueprint leaves us to wonder, were the ancient Egyptians creating these monuments through trial and error, or was there a deeper, more complex philosophy guiding their architectural diversity? These unanswered questions continue to stimulate debate and intrigue, leading us to the next enigma on our list. How did workers manage to survive the harsh and unforgiving conditions of such monumental construction? As the next challenge unfolds, we examine the incredible question of how the workers managed to survive the brutal conditions while constructing these monumental pyramids. The scorching heat of the Egyptian desert, the relentless physical labor, and the inherent dangers of such massive construction projects would seem insurmountable. Yet, evidence suggests that the workers were neither abandoned to their fate nor treated as expendable. Excavations near the pyramid sites, particularly at Giza, have revealed intriguing insights into their daily lives. Archaeologists have uncovered workers' villages that indicate a level of organization and care that contradicts the common image of harsh exploitation. These settlements were equipped with living quarters, communal kitchens, and even bakeries, pointing to a deliberate effort to ensure that laborers were well fed and housed. The discovery of animal bones at these sites, including cattle and fish, suggests a varied and substantial diet meant to sustain their energy through intense physical exertion. Beyond food, there is evidence of medical care being provided to injured workers. Skeletal remains show signs of healing from injuries, indicating that those who were hurt during construction were given time to recover and possibly treated with rudimentary medical practices. This level of care implies that the workforce was seen as valuable, and their well-being was essential to the success of these massive projects. The organization required to manage thousands of workers, ensure their safety, and maintain their health in such a harsh environment demonstrates an impressive logistical effort. But was this care purely pragmatic, aimed at preserving a skilled labor force, or was it also a reflection of cultural values that respected the role these individuals played in creating monuments of divine importance? While we may never fully understand the motivations behind such measures, what remains clear is that the survival of these workers was not left to chance. Their endurance and the system of support surrounding them add another layer of fascination to the pyramid building process, leading us to yet another remarkable mystery: what inspired the ancient Egyptians to choose the pyramid shape for these awe-inspiring structures? Moving forward, let us delve into the question of why the ancient Egyptians chose the pyramid shape for their monumental structures, a design that has fascinated humanity for centuries. On a practical level, the pyramid shape offers exceptional stability. Its wide base and tapering peak distribute weight evenly, making it an ideal architectural form for constructing massive stone monuments that can withstand the test of time. This engineering brilliance may explain why these structures have endured for thousands of years, resisting natural erosion and remaining some of the most iconic landmarks on Earth. Beyond practicality, the pyramid shape holds profound religious and symbolic significance. In ancient Egyptian beliefs, the pyramid was thought to represent the primordial mound from which the world was created. Its shape, pointing upward, is often interpreted as a connection between the earthly realm and the divine heavens, symbolizing a spiritual ascent. The pointed apex may have also been associated with the sun god Ra, emphasizing the Egyptians' reverence for the sun as a life-giving force. This connection to the heavens might explain why pyramids were not merely seen as grand tombs, but also as pathways for the soul to ascend to the afterlife. Interestingly, the pyramid shape is not unique to Egypt. Similar designs can be found in other ancient cultures, such as the stepped pyramids of Mesoamerica, including the famous structures at Teotihuacan and Chichén Itzá. While these pyramids were built for different purposes and under entirely separate cultural influences, their resemblance to the Egyptian pyramids raises intriguing questions about the universal appeal of this geometric form. Did these civilizations independently arrive at the pyramid shape because of its practical advantages, or could there be deeper, shared human intuitions about its spiritual or symbolic meaning? The global presence of pyramid-like structures invites us to consider how ancient societies, despite being separated by vast distances and distinct traditions, seemed drawn to this iconic shape to enshrine their aspirations, beliefs, and achievements. This universality adds another layer of mystery to the origin of the pyramid shape, leaving us with questions that continue to spark curiosity and debate to this day. As we reflect on the meaning and significance of this form, we are naturally led to wonder why the Egyptians left behind so few detailed records about how these monumental structures came into being. Now turning to the scarcity of written records about pyramid construction, we are faced with one of the most puzzling aspects of ancient Egyptian history. Despite the grandeur and complexity of these monuments, the ancient Egyptians left remarkably little documentation detailing how they were built or why certain choices were made. This absence of records has fueled countless theories and left researchers grappling with significant gaps in our understanding. Was this lack of detailed information intentional? Some speculate that the construction of the pyramids was seen as a sacred act, one deeply intertwined with religious beliefs and rituals. As such, documenting the process might have been considered inappropriate or even taboo, reserved only for the divine knowledge of the gods and the pharaohs. Others argue that the records may once have existed but were lost over time due to the fragile nature of materials like papyrus, which would have been susceptible to decay over millennia. Additionally, tomb robbers and conquerors throughout history might have destroyed or removed these records, either deliberately or as a consequence of their plundering activities. Even the hieroglyphic texts that survive today offer limited clues about the logistics of pyramid construction, often focusing instead on the religious and ceremonial aspects of these structures. While this lack of explicit documentation can be frustrating, it also adds a sense of wonder and mystery that continues to captivate historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts alike. What makes this even more intriguing is that the ancient Egyptians were otherwise meticulous record keepers, documenting everything from trade transactions to astronomical observations. The question remains, why would such a detail-oriented civilization provide so little information about their most ambitious and enduring architectural achievements? This enigma continues to inspire both scientific inquiry and imaginative speculation, leaving us with more questions than answers. Could there still be undiscovered texts or artifacts hidden within Egypt's sands that hold the key to unraveling these mysteries? Only time will tell, but as we ponder these possibilities, let us move forward to examine another equally perplexing mystery: how the ancient Egyptians managed to cut granite with astonishing precision. As the next challenge unfolds, we delve into the remarkable question of how the ancient Egyptians managed to cut and shape granite with such extraordinary precision. Granite, one of the hardest natural stones, was a key material used in constructing parts of the pyramids, as well as other monumental structures like obelisks and temples. The precision with which the Egyptians shaped this resilient stone has baffled researchers for centuries, especially given the seemingly rudimentary tools available to them at the time. Archaeological evidence suggests that tools made of copper, along with abrasive materials such as quartz sand, were used to achieve this feat. Copper, being much softer than granite, would have faced significant challenges in cutting through the hard stone. So how exactly did they do it? One theory proposes that the Egyptians employed copper saws or drills in combination with a slurry of abrasive sand and water to gradually wear away the granite. This method would have required immense skill, patience, and manpower, as well as a deep understanding of the properties of both the tools and the material being worked on. Experimental archaeology has shown that such techniques are indeed possible, but they would have been incredibly labor-intensive, potentially taking weeks or even months to shape a single block with the required precision. Adding to the intrigue, certain ancient artifacts suggest a level of finesse that appears far ahead of its time. For example, some granite surfaces exhibit tool marks indicative of circular saws or advanced drilling methods, raising questions about whether the Egyptians had access to techniques or technologies that have since been lost to history. Regardless of the exact methods employed, the precision they achieved is undeniable. The perfectly smooth surfaces, symmetrical shapes, and tight-fitting joints of granite blocks remain an awe-inspiring testament to their expertise and ingenuity. This mastery of granite cutting is yet another example of the advanced craftsmanship that characterized ancient Egyptian civilization, leaving us to marvel at how they accomplished such tasks without the aid of modern machinery. As we reflect on this incredible skill, we transition to another question that continues to spark fascination and debate. Was there a connection between the pyramids and lost civilizations? Now turning to the captivating question of whether the pyramids were connected to lost civilizations, we find ourselves exploring theories that spark both wonder and skepticism. Among the most intriguing suggestions is the idea that the pyramids were either influenced or constructed by an advanced civilization now lost to history, such as the legendary Atlantis. Proponents of these theories point to the astonishing precision and grandeur of the pyramids, arguing that such feats of engineering and design might have been beyond the capabilities of the ancient Egyptians alone. They speculate that knowledge or techniques from a forgotten society could have played a pivotal role, allowing the Egyptians to achieve these awe-inspiring monuments. Some even suggest that these civilizations may have left behind symbolic or technological legacies hidden within the pyramids, awaiting discovery. However, mainstream historians and archaeologists often dismiss these ideas due to a lack of concrete evidence. They emphasize that the achievements of the ancient Egyptians were the result of their own ingenuity, advanced understanding of mathematics and astronomy, and unparalleled dedication. Still, the allure of lost civilizations continues to captivate the imagination, fueled by a mix of historical mysteries, ancient myths, and the enduring enigma of the pyramids themselves. This debate, much like the pyramids, stands as a testament to humanity's ceaseless curiosity and our desire to unearth the secrets of the past. As we marvel at these tantalizing possibilities, our journey leads us to yet another question shrouded in mystery. Why do some theories suggest alien intervention in the construction of these majestic structures? With the next phase of the journey in sight, we turn to one of the most controversial and imaginative theories, the suggestion that extraterrestrial beings might have played a role in the construction of the pyramids. This idea, often featured in popular culture and speculative documentaries, stems from the staggering precision, size, and complexity of these ancient monuments. Proponents argue that the technological and architectural knowledge required to build the pyramids could have been beyond the reach of human civilization at the time. They point to the alignment of the pyramids with celestial bodies, the massive stones weighing several tons each, and the absence of definitive records explaining their construction as potential evidence of extraterrestrial assistance. Some even speculate that the pyramids might have served as landing sites or communication hubs for otherworldly visitors. Skeptics, however, firmly counter these ideas, emphasizing the lack of concrete evidence to support such claims. They highlight that attributing these achievements to aliens undermines the incredible ingenuity, resourcefulness, and labor of the ancient Egyptians. Historians and archaeologists point to the use of basic tools, clever engineering techniques, and a well-organized workforce as more plausible explanations for how the pyramids were constructed. Despite the absence of evidence, the alien theory continues to spark fascination for many, blending historical mystery with imaginative possibilities. Whether viewed as a playful thought experiment or a serious line of inquiry, it serves as a reminder of the enduring enigma surrounding the pyramids. As we leave behind the realm of extraterrestrial speculation, our attention now shifts to the design intricacies of these monuments. Why are the internal corridors so narrow? With the next phase of the journey in sight, we now focus on a puzzling feature of the pyramids, the remarkably narrow corridors within these monumental structures. These tight passageways, some measuring less than 4 feet in height, raise intriguing questions about their purpose and design. Were they primarily practical, serving to support the immense weight of the pyramid above? Some experts suggest this may have been the case, as narrower corridors could help distribute pressure more effectively, reducing the risk of collapse over time. Others propose symbolic or religious reasons, theorizing that the confined spaces might have been intentionally designed to evoke a sense of humility or to reflect the soul's challenging journey to the afterlife. There is also the possibility that these corridors were intended to deter tomb robbers, making access to the inner chambers more difficult and less inviting. Despite these theories, definitive answers remain elusive, as the ancient builders left no explanation for their design choices. This deepens the mystery, leaving us to wonder whether these passages were a product of necessity, spirituality, or perhaps both. As the discussion of these confined spaces concludes, we now turn to another thought-provoking aspect of pyramid construction. What do ancient texts reveal about these enigmatic monuments? Now turning to the written records of ancient Egypt, we delve into what ancient texts reveal about these monumental pyramids. Among the most significant of these are the pyramid texts, a collection of inscriptions found within the burial chambers of pyramids from the Old Kingdom. These texts, composed of spells, prayers, and rituals, are believed to be among the oldest religious writings in the world. They provide a glimpse into the spiritual and symbolic significance of the pyramids, portraying them as gateways to the afterlife. The texts describe the pharaoh's soul ascending to the heavens, often using the pyramid structure as a metaphor for this celestial journey. The term pyramid itself may have roots in the Egyptian word mer, which some interpretations suggest refers to a place of ascension. Yet, while these writings offer valuable insights into the religious and cultural framework of the time, they leave much to interpretation. The absence of detailed explanations regarding the construction or precise purpose of the pyramids keeps many questions unanswered. For instance, the texts are silent about the engineering marvels achieved during their construction, or why such monumental efforts were directed toward building these structures. Was there more to the pyramids than serving as elaborate tombs and spiritual monuments? The gaps in our understanding are further widened by the fact that these inscriptions come from a time when oral traditions also played a crucial role in Egyptian society, potentially leaving many stories untold or lost to history. This partial understanding fuels the enigma, offering just enough to intrigue while withholding definitive answers. With this in mind, we move forward to our next inquiry, exploring whether modern technology can recreate the architectural wonders of the ancient pyramids. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we address a fascinating question. Could modern technology recreate the pyramids? At first glance, you might think the answer is an obvious yes. After all, we now have advanced machinery, artificial intelligence, and cutting-edge engineering techniques. However, the challenge lies not just in replicating the physical structure, but in capturing the essence of what these pyramids represent. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for instance, is composed of over 2 million limestone and granite blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons each. Transporting and assembling these massive stones with such precision, even with modern equipment, would be a monumental task. Then there's the issue of replicating the accuracy with which the pyramids are aligned to the cardinal points and the near-perfect precision of their angles. While modern tools like lasers and GPS systems could theoretically achieve this, the sheer scale of the project raises logistical and financial questions. For example, just calculating the manpower, resources, and time required to scale such an effort into reality would present challenges that could make it prohibitively expensive. Ethical considerations also come into play. Would it be right to dedicate so much money and effort to recreating an ancient structure instead of focusing on pressing global issues? Even if we succeeded, could we replicate the symbolic and cultural significance the pyramids held for the ancient Egyptians? These structures were not only architectural wonders but spiritual beacons, deeply tied to their beliefs about the afterlife and the cosmos. Modern technology, while remarkable, might lack the connection to cultural and symbolic motivation that drove the original builders. And so, while creating a replica of the pyramids might technically be feasible, the question remains, would it truly capture the marvel and mystery of the originals? With this lingering thought, we take a closer look at yet another enigma surrounding the pyramids, the mystery of the pyramidion, the crowning capstone of these monumental structures. As the next challenge unfolds, we delve into the intriguing mystery of the pyramidion, the pinnacle piece that once crowned the Great Pyramid and others like it. Today, no intact pyramidions have been found atop the Pyramids of Giza, leaving much to speculation about their appearance, purpose, and material. Ancient texts and fragments suggest these capstones were often highly polished, possibly made of limestone or even covered in gold, designed to catch and reflect the sunlight in a dazzling display. This would have made the pyramidion not just an architectural feature but a symbolic element, perhaps representing the connection between the heavens and the earth or serving as a beacon of divine light. Some researchers propose that they may have amplified the spiritual significance of the pyramid, acting as a focal point for rituals or even as an astronomical marker. However, without definitive evidence, their exact role and construction remain the subject of debate. Were they purely symbolic, or did they have a practical function as well? Modern archaeological reconstructions attempt to envision what these capstones might have looked like, yet the absence of complete pieces leaves gaps in our understanding. The mystery of the pyramidion is a reminder of how much we still have to learn about these ancient structures, urging us to continue exploring and questioning. With the enigma of the pyramidion in mind, we now turn our attention to another fascinating aspect of the pyramids, the role of climate and environment in their construction and preservation. As we now explore the influence of climate and environment, it's impossible to ignore how the Pyramids of Giza were shaped by the surrounding desert landscape. The harsh yet consistent climate of the region played a pivotal role in both the construction and preservation of these ancient structures. The dry and arid conditions of the Giza Plateau, with minimal rainfall, created an ideal environment for preserving the limestone and sandstone that make up the pyramids, shielding them from the erosion that wetter climates would hasten. This very dryness is what has allowed these monuments to endure for thousands of years, standing as relics of a distant past. The location itself was also strategically chosen, not just for its proximity to the capital city of Memphis, but for the solid bedrock beneath the sand that served as a stable foundation, ensuring the weight of these colossal structures wouldn't compromise their integrity. The plateau's elevated position provided visibility across the land, perhaps to symbolize the pharaoh's divine connection to the heavens or to assert dominance over the surrounding regions. Moreover, the relentless desert sun may have influenced the materials and methods used during construction. Workers needed to account for how the intense heat expanded materials or affected their tools, as well as how to maintain efficiency under such grueling conditions. Even the proximity to the Nile River was crucial. Though it might seem inconsistent with the arid environment, the river annually flooded, enriching the soil and providing a transportation route for the massive stones used in construction. This combination of desert stability and river accessibility made the Giza Plateau an optimal choice for these architectural marvels, but the environment also presented distinct challenges. The shifting sands and relentless winds required precise engineering to prevent structures from being compromised over time. Ancient Egyptians had an intimate understanding of their surroundings, leveraging their knowledge to adapt their techniques and materials. Could it be that their ingenuity in working with, rather than against, the environment is part of why the pyramids stand resilient today? The role of Egypt's unique climate reminds us that these masterpieces were as much a product of their natural surroundings as they were of human ambition and ingenuity. With the impact of climate and environment in mind, we now turn to a broader perspective, comparing the pyramids of Egypt to other megalithic structures around the world and uncovering the parallels and contrasts that underline their shared mysteries. Now turning to a fascinating broader perspective, how do the pyramids of Egypt stand in comparison to other iconic megalithic structures around the world? When we think about monumental achievements like Stonehenge in England or the ancient city of Teotihuacan in Mexico, striking parallels emerge. Despite being separated by vast distances and cultures, these structures share common themes of complexity, purpose, and alignment with natural and celestial elements. Consider Stonehenge, for example. Much like the pyramids, it is thought to have strong astronomical significance, possibly serving as a giant calendar or observatory aligned with the solstices. However, its construction using massive stones arranged in a circular layout sets it apart from the geometric precision and towering heights of the pyramids. The methods used to move and position the immense stones at Stonehenge also remain largely speculative, much like the theories surrounding the transportation of pyramid stones. These mysteries emphasize the sheer ingenuity and determination shared by their creators, who faced similar challenges in manipulating materials far beyond their apparent technological capabilities. Shifting focus to Teotihuacan, we find yet another intriguing parallel. The Pyramid of the Sun, one of the largest structures in ancient Mesoamerica, mirrors the Great Pyramid of Giza not only in scale but also in its potential religious or cosmological significance. Both structures are steeped in symbolism, aligned with cardinal directions, and possibly designed to connect the earthly realm with the divine. Yet, the techniques used to construct the Pyramid of the Sun, such as utilizing sun-dried bricks and volcanic rock, differ drastically from the hard limestone and granite blocks of Giza. This contrast reflects the adaptation of architectural methods to the materials available in their respective regions. While the pyramids of Egypt were likely built as eternal resting places for their rulers, the structures in Teotihuacan are thought to have served as ceremonial centers, underscoring a cultural divergence in their intended purposes. Despite differences in form, material, and exact function, these megalithic structures all share an enduring legacy. They exemplify humanity's capacity to overcome monumental challenges through collaboration, innovation, and a deep connection to the natural environment. Could it be that these ancient societies, though distant in time and space, tapped into a universal desire to leave behind monuments that transcend the ages? With these global comparisons providing new layers of context, we now delve into the cultural legacy of Egypt's pyramids, exploring the ways in which these magnificent structures have influenced art, architecture, and even pop culture throughout history. Now turning to the cultural legacy of Egypt's pyramids, their influence has stretched far beyond their sandy foundations, leaving an indelible mark on architecture, religion, and popular culture. In the world of architecture, the iconic pyramid shape has inspired countless structures, from ancient ziggurats of Mesopotamia to modern buildings like the Louvre Pyramid in Paris. This seamless blend of ancient design and contemporary vision speaks to the timeless appeal of these geometric marvels. Religiously, the pyramids' connection to the afterlife and their symbolic ascent to the heavens have influenced spiritual narratives across cultures. Their grandeur and alignment with celestial bodies reflect humanity's quest for meaning and connection to the cosmos, themes echoed in countless other traditions around the world. As for popular culture, the pyramids have captivated imaginations for centuries. From classic literary works inspired by their mystery to stunning depictions in modern films, they have become a universal symbol of both human achievement and ancient enigma. Think of their portrayal as secret chambers in adventure movies or as settings for elaborate tales of ancient curses and treasure. Beyond film, references to pyramids appear in everything from best-selling novels to video games, reinforcing their mystique and appeal to audiences of all ages. Artistic interpretations also abound, with painters, sculptors, and even musicians drawing inspiration from the pyramid's majesty and mystery. Moreover, the pyramids have evolved into a unifying cultural icon, transcending time and geography to represent ingenuity, endurance, and the limitless potential of human collaboration. Whether as a backdrop for artistic expression or a blueprint for modern design, their legacy endures as a testament to the creativity and vision of those who came before us. With such a profound impact on human culture and imagination, it is no wonder they continue to intrigue us. As we revel in the pyramid's cultural influence, let us now turn our gaze back to the core mysteries surrounding their creation and meaning, diving further into why they remain the ultimate symbols of ancient ingenuity. As we conclude this journey through 25 unresolved questions about the pyramids of ancient Egypt, it becomes clear that their mysteries are as towering as the structures themselves. From puzzling construction techniques to their celestial alignments, from the enigmatic absence of pharaohs' mummies to theories of lost civilizations or even extraterrestrial influence, these monumental creations continue to defy complete understanding. Each question opens a doorway to the past, yet leaves us standing on the threshold of discovery, wondering what lies beyond. Perhaps future advancements in technology or new archaeological breakthroughs will finally shed light on some of these age-old enigmas, unlocking secrets that have remained hidden for thousands of years. But for now, the pyramids hold their mysteries tightly, whispering clues only to those willing to listen and ponder. So we turn to you, our curious viewer. What do you think is the greatest mystery of the pyramids? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let us know your theories. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into history's greatest puzzles. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next journey through the wonders of our past.